What up? Okay, this is gonna be a very quick video. So I've heard this before, but yesterday, so I had a funny moment with one of my kids, and I have a toddler and I have a baby, and at the time of this video, and there go one of them now, and something I was hearing the Lord say, because with my baby, like my baby's the second kid, so they're trying to do like everything super fast as far as development goes, copying like everything that any of us say, watching what we do, and like doing everything super fast, like skip crawling, went right to walking, does all these different gestures and sounds and stuff, like just so quick at just absorbing every single thing that they see. And God was like, that's relatable to explain this thing that he dropped into me. And basically, like, the Lord said, you know how like babies, when they're born, they literally have the potential to do or be anything, because they soak up everything that they hear, that they see, that they feel, and it's only through repeatedly seeing, hearing, feeling, experiencing certain things that they learn the language that they're going to speak, that they move like particular ways, that they have certain accents, that they have certain characteristics. And it's because from the environment, from who's around them, what they repeatedly hear, see, feel. And he was just bringing up to me, like, even how like when babies are in the womb, how at a certain stage of development they get their ears and their hearing, and so like you can actually start singing to kids and talking to kids in the womb. And the Lord was just reminding me of something that I've heard said many times before, about how, like, if we look at Greek translations of the word heart in the Bible, they're really talking about the below mind, the submind, the subconscious mind, right? And your subconscious, like, it's on all the time. It's on all the time. If your ears are open to hear, let them hear, right? Because whether you're voluntarily doing it or not, your senses are taking in, your natural senses are taking in every single thing that they sense from your environment, right? And your natural senses feed it into your soul, which is your mind, your will, and your emotions. And your soul is the middleman between your body and your spirit. And so whatever is housed in your soul is going to naturally be reflected or come out of some part of your body or your spirit. And so that's where you see scriptures like, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth does speak. And this is what God was saying, like when it comes to babies, right? They could literally learn 3 different languages if their parents between them spoke 3 different languages, because that's what they would repeatedly hear. That's what they would repeatedly do. It is the same concept that when babies are born and they have a blank slate, they literally have the potential to do or be anything, like based off of their environment and the repetition of what, of the information they're going to consume. That is the same concept of when the word is talking about how you have to be, yet you be born again, right? Yet you be like a little child, because we got to think about 2 things. One, if you're born again, that means that's a fresh start. That means you can literally, like, you have the potential to be anything based off of, from this fresh start, what do you choose to repeatedly intake? And then the second way is, when babies are born, they're trying to learn everything. So they're watching the world around them. They're experiencing the world through their senses, and that's how they learn. That's how they pick up on how life is supposed to be. They're curious about everything. They want to touch everything. They want to put everything in their mouth. They're watching everything. They're hearing everything. They want to go everywhere, and they just don't care. Like, they'll touch anything. They'll crawl off of anything. Like, the same way how there's that innocence, and that wanting to just discover, and it's just, there's no fear attached to it. Like, there's no fear attached to it. There's no consequences attached to it yet, because they haven't learned that. They have not been conditioned in that way. God was saying, like, that's why he references, right, childlike faith, because they have not been conditioned to fear and to danger until people around them or circumstances or experiences condition them to be afraid, or condition them to know that the stove is hot, or condition them to know they're not supposed to put their finger in the plug, or condition them to know that they can't close their finger in the door. You know what I mean? Like, just thinking about things that could happen when people don't understand that it's dangerous. So God bringing up like babies have the potential to be anything is why he says, you know, you have to be born again, because this world has conditioned you to certain beliefs, certain habits, certain mindsets. And for you to enter into the kingdom of God and for you to carry out the kingdom agenda, you have to become a completely new person, or you have to, if not fully being a new person, because like there's a you who he made you to be, right? And then time and environment have conditioned you now to have like maybe unhealthy or not like the original designed manifestations of who you're supposed to be. That's a better way to say this. And so what happens is when he says you have to be renewed by your mind, you have to be a new creature, you have to be born again, you have to have childlike faith. When he talks about giving your body as a living sacrifice, when he talks about all of these things, it's because there's a you that he designed you to be. There's a you that you have been conditioned to be, which differs from your original design. And so now you have to give up who you've been conditioned to be and become reconditioned to the way you were originally created to be. Does that make sense? So there's a you from the beginning. There's a conditioned you in the middle, and then there's a reconditioned, transformed you in the end. That is the heightened manifestation of the original you that you were created and designed to be. So choose to be born again. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like choose ye this day whom you will serve. Choose life. Because if you just take that time to be like a baby, to have a blank slate, to have like all the potential in the world, to be reconditioned to the best version of you and who God really wants you to be. When I tell you, like, the greatness is unlimited of what you'll experience from yourself, what God will do through you, and the experiences you're going to have and the promises that he has for you. So I love y'all. That was my little tidbit. Okay. Love y'all. Peace.